Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning starts with failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look.
Good evening, everybody. Could you please confirm if I'm audible? All right, thank you. Good evening once again. Thank you all for registering and attending this national level online faculty development program on research methodology using ChatGPT and AI tools and funding opportunities for research, which is being organized by the PG Department of Computer Applications, the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, IQAC, and Lincoln University College Marine Research Center, LUC MRC of Marine College Kottayam Autonomous, in association with the Kerala State Higher Education Council, the KSHEC. We would like to welcome again Dr. Suresh Namboothiri, who is the resource person for today. And we would also like to welcome all the FDP participants of today. Now, a few things about this FDP. This is an 8-day FDP program with live sessions from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And this is actually our 6th day of the FDP. Now, fee for the LMS access and processing of certificate is ₹600. All the participants who are paid the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recordings for all the days, and the provision to download your FDP completion certificate from the LMS. The procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of the FDP. If any of you are yet to make the payment, please make the payment of ₹600 to the account details that I'll provide in the chat shortly. If you are unable to attend any of the live sessions, they will be available in the LMS. Now, we have shared the LMS access details through email to those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp till yesterday. Those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp today will receive the LMS access details later in the day or by tomorrow only. If you have any trouble in attending the online session on WebEx, we would advise you to join the session on YouTube Live. I will put the link in the chat now. Okay, my name is 𝐂𝐶 I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, moving on to today's session. Today's session will be a continuation from yesterday's topic itself of research methodology using ChatGPT and AI. This will be delivered by Dr. Suresh Namboothiri, who is the Director of SPA Technologies, Pune. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sijin, and good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
We will wait a few more minutes for more participants to join. And meanwhile, I wanted to tell certain things. Point number 1, yesterday we have used certain research topics of many of our participants, and whoever has sent the email ID to my WhatsApp number, I have sent those reports to their mail IDs. But I have seen that everyone has not sent. Whoever would like to get those reports, please send your email IDs with your research topic. I would repeat, you need to write your research topic and email ID, then I will send those reports to you. And please note that those are all the research report we received only from one portion. It is only from one portion of the research. It is not about the complete research. That too, because of the time limitation, we have given very minimal input. When we give the right input, then we are going to get long report with so much of detail, which in a normal case we would not have received at all. Otherwise, we know that when we do the literature review, we will get 12,000 papers, and where is the time to go through all these 12,000? Here we will get the refined information from our generative AI. So these are all samples. One can understand what is the power of the generative AI. So whoever like to get that report, please send your email ID and the research topic we tried yesterday. That was a main point. Then today, what I will do, I will do a recap in few minutes, so that we will recollect what are the things we had been discussing here. Then we will go to the next we will go to the next section. Okay. Now let me start sharing. I will go to my So this is artificial intelligence for high impact research. We are here discussing the ways in which we can do high impact research, because with the competition, with generative AI, now the type of the quality of the papers or the research what we are going to face from other countries, that is country like China, country like all Western countries, those researchers, they are going to fly high. They are going to launch themselves to other orbits. We cannot sit here with our old methodologies. Even our old methodology itself, we were only quantity-wise we were high. Quality-wise we were not high. Therefore, with the generative AI, when our competitors are going to fly very high, we need to understand we also should use this generative AI type of technology to spread our wings, and we also should reach other orbits with this type of technology. That is the reason we are here combining artificial intelligence for high impact research. And this was a situation I discussed yesterday, and when we use high AI, we will come to this right side situation. I am recapping and going so that it will be learn maximum when we repeat it, so that our associativity in our brain and strength of our neuron links, this is going to retain our knowledge in our brain, so that we will be able to retrieve it when it is required. So what we are saying is that ignoring the transformative potential of generative AI, not all AI is not just a missed opportunity. It's a step towards academic and professional obsolescence. It is an academic obsolescence. So then we discussed yesterday 12 reasons why generative AI doesn't lead to plagiarism. I explained the various ways. I explained with 12 different reasons that using prompting and doing using ChatGPT at a brick level or in the elemental level, then as an integrator you stitch together at the proper sequence. That is your publication, that is your research. Then use your language, or you give it to someone else to use their language. Then then we are using the muscle and power of generative AI and the final plating, final packaging of our own. In this way, there is no way anyone can complain about plagiarism. So there are 12 reasons I explained very clearly that when we are using ChatGPT through our own prompting, you have seen our prompt engineering methods and our prompting methods, and everything we stitch together. Ultimately, we are the owners of that particular creation. It's a creation of ours. It is not plagiarism. This is what I discussed that day. Now we are coming back to this, avoiding plagiarism, why custom prompting avoids plagiarism, how custom prompts help you achieve originality. And I have shown you here, there are 14 steps we do in our normal research according to the best practices. In this all 14 stages, all key stages, what is the cognitive challenge and what is the physical challenge? We have seen that in each stage where the real decisions about the research happens, it is more than 80% cognitive challenge. So cognitive challenge is the main thing. Cognitive challenge in the sense it is a question of our intelligence. So when we do these things, ChatGPT is standing besides us, because it is actually something like a exo brain. Exo brain means it is augmenting our cognitive abilities. It is augmenting our capabilities. That research is not something you can take some AI tools and do. It is not. If you can do within 1 second, or as this YouTube people claim, if you can do a research, then all people, all 5 billion people on earth, they all can do research. But it is not. AI is a tool. Tool is only as powerful as the capability of the person who is using. Therefore, it is important to use our abilities along with the AI capabilities. Then we will create high impact research. So here in this graph, once again, I am showing you that one, all the key places where our decision, our research decision, which is going to add value to the research, those things are above 80% cognitive abilities. Wherever we have to do some running away or submitting a proposal, all such things, it will come to some 50%, 40%. Otherwise, everywhere it is very high on cognitive load. Therefore, the contribution what an AI tool which is there on internet, there are 30,000 of that. If their contribution is minimal, only like doing some mechanical repetitive work. Otherwise, I always told that accepting the prompting methods and the main LLM we use, that is like ChatGPT and Bard, you need only one AI tool additionally. Only one AI tool, that is to gather data which is behind a paywall or behind a firewall that is not accessible to our ChatGPT. whatever is in the public domain, I think including Google Scholar is applicable, is accessible to ChatGPT. But what are the things not available? It is a payment thing. It is not accessible to ChatGPT. There we need to go there and search. But we can get information from ChatGPT that where what to search. So therefore, when we search there, we are not going to get overwhelmed by the data. We will get the correct data. Instead of 12,000, you will get 12. Or instead of 15,000, you will get 20. Means you will get a manageable number of papers or references that we can manage, and happily, with a peace of mind, we can do our research. So that is what I was telling here yesterday in this particular field. Then I came once again to the first section, that one about how can AI help build the prerequisites for high impact research. I told that I will come back to that one later. And then I went to the applied critical thinking for research with AI. Applied critical thinking. I have shown you that every researcher, this should be the thing in our minds, every researcher, that you must apply intellectual standards to the elements of reasoning so that you develop intellectual traits. Those intellectual traits are going to lead to high impact research and that wow feeling. Wow. So this is the core of this, because whatever coming with the AI, unless we put right questions to AI, unless we put right details to AI, unless we ask question AI's answer, and unless we modify our inputs to the iteration, we are not going to develop high impact research. So therefore, you must apply intellectual standards. That is clarity, accuracy, relevance, logicality, breadth, depth, precision, significance, completeness, fairness. These are the 10 intellectual standards. Whatever we do in our domain, in our research, it should be seen through these filters so that we will be able to question. I have seen many researchers, they are not able to even question the data or information or the source what they received. When this is a very fundamental thing. Therefore, clarity, accuracy, relevance, logicality, breadth, depth, precision, significance, completeness, and fairness, these are intellectual standards. When we are going to other thing, these are to be applied to the elements of reasoning. That is purpose, questions. For example, clarity of purpose, relevance of purpose, depth of purpose, significance of purpose, completeness of purpose. Means these are all permutation combination. Purpose, questions, information, concepts, point of view, inferences, assumptions, implication. I will show you one very good example here. Let me go to this. I will show you this. I hope you can see here this permutation combination. This is a simplified thing. There are more than 500 permutation combination of thinking here in critical thinking. So this is a critical thinking engine algorithm developed here. In this algorithm, you can use this critical thinking engine in two ways. Anything you receive, any information you key in here. Any information what you receive, you key in here, and then you click on clarity. You will get how to make that particular thing clear. It will clarify for you. Then if you give another thing and you click logicality. So what will happen? you will get the logicality of whatever you said. It is the high-end critical thinking engine. So that is the way you will get the details of the intellectual standards of each stage. Now I will tell you another important thing. If you have some 2-3 concepts together, you put all 3 concepts together. It is using that knowledge integration system. Knowledge integration in the sense it will combine all these 3, then it will do the critical thinking here. Then you can give this and you can ask for the purpose, question, information, so that you can get to this individual in critical thinking, which is not possible because there are more than 500, 600 permutation combinations of this critical thinking process. This is an element level critical thinking. And what I was telling you yesterday, when we are coming to this formulating research problem, etc., here in this each button for developing this synthesized summary of literature, entire critical thinking process is inbuilt into that. That means about 400, 500 different ways of critical thinking. Everything is inbuilt into this. Based on the inputs you give, it will automatically select which are all the relevant details for this, and you will get a high-end response. You can go through the response, then you can once again change your input so that that is research. Research means research means we will go through that one iteration, so you will get very powerful responses from this. Okay, this is what about the critical thinking. We develop this intellectual traits, and we develop this high impact research. Then I have shown you this applied reasoning. This is what we are inbuilt into what I was showing you here. See, when there is purpose, clarity of purpose, relevance of purpose, etc. This is what I discussed yesterday. Now, this is what 1 and 2. Let me go further now. Now I am going to step 3. I will go to step 3 now. Yesterday we have seen that application of AI. No, this was a day for yesterday. Application of AI for reviewing the literature. We have shown that applying prompts for reviewing the literature and how it was giving results. In reviewing the literature here, we have got various steps. That is 3A1 is the application of AI for reviewing literature. Actually, what you are seeing here is a proprietary thing, but it covers this entire research methodology from A to Z. And it shows how to do research methodology through AI. When you are getting how can AI help the researcher in defining the research problem, what you are getting here actually through AI, what are the things you can do? It is not only that, what is this, but it is actually showing what are the things AI can do. When a person sitting there, if they do not know this AI is equivalent to AI means ChatGPT is almost like a dead thing in front of them. They will only use it something like a Google, and their research will be of no use. Here, when we use that one, which are all the ways AI can be used, then they will get the prompts from here. So they will get it, they will definitely know that how to use it. So here in A, we have seen that 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9. There are 9 sections in this, how to do the literature review. Now let us go further. This was about 3. Stop. Now let me go to the 4. So yesterday we have covered application of AI for the literature review. Then we have covered formulating a research problem. Then we have covered identifying variables yesterday. We have tried various research topics from our participants, and we got the results through AI. Now today we are going to take one of the very important, that is a foundation of our research, that is constructing hypothesis. Now let me go directly there, that is 3D. I have to go a lot of pages. 3D is constructing hypothesis. We all know that each stage in this 3, that is A, B, C, D, these are the real foundations of a research, and anyone who has completed up to here, we can say that they have almost completed 60% of their research. So we are going to see okay, now we are in identifying variables. Now we are going to see construction of hypothesis. Yes, constructing hypothesis. See, almost every great step in the history of science has been made by the anticipation of nature. That is, by the invention of hypothesis, which, though verifiable, often had very little foundation to start with. Yes. So we have shown that when we have an idea spark, how to take that idea spark to a totally completed thesis, and defending the thesis. Now, before I go for this, important topic of constructing hypothesis, I wanted to tell you certain things. You go to YouTube, you will see many videos, you will see many AI apps, but nobody will tell you exactly how to construct a hypothesis using that. They may tell that you give a subject, okay, within 1 minute you can get this, but what is the depth of that hypothesis? What is the depth of that? And whether will it stand in the test of time, or test of questions, or the verification, or a peer review? So let me tell you what exactly AI should do. What exactly AI should do to help us in the case of hypothesis. That is what I am going to speak to you now. What we can expect from AI in the case of making hypothesis, constructing hypothesis. What are the major challenges? Everyone has faced a problem in constructing hypothesis. So we can recollect that what are all the challenges actually we faced from this construction of hypothesis. See, when we start research, we all start with big high ambition. So important thing is balancing that ambition of hypothesis, and we have to see for the feasibility of testing, because we know that the research scholars often struggle to balance the ambition of hypothesis with what is realistically testable with whatever resources, time, and technology available to us. AI should help us in this. If AI is not helping in this, then it is not a big use. Second thing is that we have to AI should help us in formulating precise and testable hypotheses. That is a challenge that we have to use, because crafting a hypothesis that is both precise and testable can be challenging. Vague or overly broad hypotheses are difficult to test effectively, while overly specific ones it may look very specific, but it won't gather much momentum, or it will miss the big picture. Then, when we are constructing a hypothesis, avoiding bias is a challenging thing. So AI can help there. AI can help, and AI can question us. It will help us with metacognitive questions. It will help us to question ourselves, our hypothesis, and say this one whether it is with bias. Then, one major issue we all face in research is connecting theoretical framework and empirical data. Connecting theoretical frame. If a hypothesis is made which cannot meet this particular thing, then it is going to face a lot of difficulty in the beginning. Then, dealing with complex variables means, for example, identifying and operationalizing the variables that is relevant to the hypothesis, especially in studies with complex or abstract concepts. This is actually a difficult thing. AI can help there. These are the places in the brick level, elemental level, AI is going to help. This is the place we have to use AI, not the place in which we make something big in 1 second and fall prey for the plagiarism. It is not. Interdisciplinary research. This is what important thing for generative AI, because it has got access to many disciplines. Therefore, AI has come at the right time of our new education policy. Government of India's push for this research in interdisciplinary areas, it came at the right time. So that interdisciplinary research challenges, this AI can help us. Then another major issue many people don't consider in the beginning, it is the ethical consideration. When we construct a hypothesis, especially in the social sciences, psychology, human resources, and all, there people don't think about ethical thing in the beginning, and later they will get caught. So that is the place AI should help. Now compare all these things with what are the AI tools, what you see in the YouTube, what are the things available. Then you will realize that all those people, they are really trying to make some money out of this AI flow. They are not standing on the ground. They are not thinking in the fundamental level. They are not thinking about high impact research. They want to show that, yeah, I also have a paper published. That is not our objective here. So managing scope of the hypothesis can be a challenge. Managing scope means when we start our project, our research project, sometimes we don't think that what is going to be the scale, what is going to be the scope. When guide asks a question, immediately scope gets changed. But before we go to the guide itself, we can have a clear understanding about what is our research and what is the hypothesis, up to where, what is the best, what is the worst, where it can remain. All this type of information we can have clearly when we use AI. Predicting outcomes and implications that means anticipating the potential outcomes and broader implications of a hypothesis. This can be done with ChatGPT or any other AI with appropriate prompts. Yesterday, what I was showing you, this 𝐷𝐞𝐬𝐴𝐛𝐾, it has got some more than 800 prompts built into that. 800 prompts. You have to understand, average AI tool has got only 1 or 2 prompts. in this something around 800 prompts built into this, along with this critical thinking engine. So here these type of things will help us in even predicting the outcomes and implications of our hypothesis. Then there is no problem with the language barrier now, because we can change from language anything to here, and we can accommodate new information, and with this many of our this resource limitation issues are going to disappear. So these are all the things, unless these things are done by the AI, it is not going to help us at all. Now let us go for this. Now let us go for constructing our hypothesis. Constructing our hypothesis. Now we are going to the first question here. How can AI help the researcher to understand the concept of a hypothesis? This is made on research methodology. One can learn research methodology through AI, and one can use the research methodology for the real research through AI. So this is a combined thing, what you are seeing the slides here. So that is the reason, how can AI help the researcher? The researcher to understand the concept of a hypothesis. That is understanding foundations of a hypothesis, underlying relationship between variables, formulating precise and testable hypotheses, scale recommendations for variables, guidance on statistical method. Now let us go and see. At this stage, let us take one prompt, and we will see that we will see how we can use this. Let me do this. I am going to show you the application of a prompt here. It is right for this. So I am showing all these prompt because you can see that brick by brick how you can build a good research. See, when we are going for higher levels, we need a higher level of inputs. And now let me go to ChatGPT. I am taking a new chart, and I am putting this prompt here. I am pasting this prompt, and this is about now starting off. We are going to learn hypothesis, what it is and what really constitute a hypothesis, what are all the attributes of a good hypothesis. So this is like a go here. This is how can AI help the researcher to understand the concept of a hypothesis. So when we are giving a research topic here, it is going to tell us exactly for that. It is going to tell us what is the hypothesis for this. Now let me ask. Actually, now we can see yesterday's charts are not here. So I request our participants, please give a research topic so that I can start by using it for this demonstration of AI for constructing hypothesis. And please don't forget, send your email ID to my WhatsApp number so that I will send the reports to you. I am waiting for a research topic. Effect of 1 minute. Effect of meditation on emotional intelligence. See, this one I am only demonstrating, it is only giving a partial answer because we have reached so far. When we are going for a hypothesis, we, according to this, our hierarchy, our iteration, we need to give a brief of our literature review. We need to give our, this, which is that we need to give our research problem. We need to define our variable because these are all the things we already did. Now we are on the fourth stage. So this particular prompt, it really expects this type of input from me, but because of the time limitation, I am not able to give what are all the inputs required. So we are running these prompts with the minimal input. So please note that it is going to only give minimal output. So what I wanted to tell you is that please don't judge this with, don't judge with this because we are not giving the whatever is input actually required at this stage. Now we are coming to this, the first stage of constructing hypothesis. So what it has done is that it is crucial to approach this method with a meticulous and comprehensive methodology. Here is an examination of the various facets of constructing and testing hypothesis in this domain. It is telling us, because we have given only minimal input, it is telling us that based on this subject, what are all the things we must think while constructing a hypothesis. This is what it has given in this particular section, because we have not given more details to ChatGPT at this particular stage. Now let us go to the second point number 2, where it is showing how can AI help to improve the research. How can AI help the researcher to identify the functions of a hypothesis? Now we can see how AI will help in that way. Now let me see that one. Another prompt. I will take another subject now, another research topic. Let me go to chat. I will take a thing one by one. Okay, this is what Dr. Ramesh Patani's subject we have taken now. Now, Dr. Sushma Shetty, text mining in agriculture. Actually, I do not know because it is very short, but let me try that one here. Text mining, because we need to give more information here at this stage. Text mining in agriculture. Now let us see. Say it is about functions of hypothesis in that particular study design. Means the topic you are given, it is showing that one, what are all the function. Means, for example, it is not like in a theory. It is actually telling you why hypothesis is required, or what is the function of hypothesis in the research topic given by you. When we are giving, as I was telling you repeatedly, we are giving minimal inputs now because we have reached almost to fourth stage. We are giving minimal inputs. This will ask. This needs more information. That is the reason. In the case of Vijnana, what happens is, if you are giving minimal information, the Vijnana will stop and ask the researcher, I need this information more. So you please give this information for getting a good research. So here you are seeing, even it is suggesting three original research paper ideas. Now, so Sushma madam, what do you think about this? What do you think about this, and what is the quality of this information? Please respond. I think madam is unavailable, so we will go ahead. Okay. Now let us go to the next step. We are going to the next step in research methodology. How can AI help to determine the key characteristics of a hypothesis? So in this, what are all the ways in which AI will help? It is a clarity enhancement, ensuring testability. There is a comment here that does it tell something at advanced level? It is producing similar things as were yesterday. Because what we are doing is, we are taking research methodology from learning plus practice. When we are doing learning plus practice, and we do not have the advanced level information which is to be fed to a hypothesis level prompt. In the case of hypothesis level prompt, we need to give a synthesis of our literature review. We should define our research objectives. We should give our we have to define our variables. With these three information, it is going to give advanced level. So here what I am going to do is, I am telling you the functionality, and you can use the prompts which are there in LMS, which will be given to you. With that, with the modification, you can get a superior results. So that is the reason I know that you will get a misunderstanding because of the time limitation. I am able to give only the only the minimum inputs for this demonstration. If I am going to, because I will take it in 2 days time, in 2 days what I can do is that I normally do, I take one research topic, so that in that I will have systematically all these information built one by one, so that researchers can see that at this particular stage I am getting what are all the, I am giving all inputs of what are the things required at this particular stage. So when we are putting that one, we get advanced results from that. Okay. See, we are bringing step by step here. Now, okay. Ma'am, these both are this related to the same this related to the same research or two different research? Okay, okay, very good. We will try this. Okay, now how can AI help the researcher to select the type of research? So 3D4, let us try that.
So some are asking to share the prompt on the chat. Is it too long to put in the chat?
Yeah, these are too long, and we can share those prompts which will be there in the LMS. And will it be possible for you to share some literature review and variables? If you remember, I know that it should be difficult for you, but if you get it, we will be having a very good demonstration. Otherwise, with this research objectives, we will go ahead. Okay, means here it is insert other appropriate. Will be of use. Okay. Now I am going to try here. Here we are putting research objective and let's go. See, each type of hypothesis, how it is. Okay, each type of hypothesis, how your research, how your research objective is coming here. So please go ahead. Now what I will do, I understand that you have given me a literature review. Okay, very good. What I do, I will copy this and I will add that information. Now let us see how things are going. I'm going for the next thing, and in the square bracket, I'm going to give literature review. This literature review from here. Yes. I put a square bracket. I'm going to click again. Now what is missing is only variables. So, madam, have you gone through this? Now in this, what are the things we need to see? This is getting, the length is getting restricted because of the limitation of the common usage of the ChatGPT. Now what we need to do is, whatever we received from here, you can copy one particular thing and you can ask questions on this. For example, I will show you here. I am going to copy directional hypothesis here. I copy this copy and I can ask ChatGPT because I do not know this subject, but you can say like this. In the earlier completion, ChatGPT uses the name completion. You have said, and I am putting, copying those things and I am putting this in quotes. Findings. Then I am asking, please elaborate on this. I'm going to, with the relevant examples and exam, I am going to tell suggested hypothesis. I'm telling, means I am telling ChatGPT for more information. Now let us see how it is behaving. Okay, certainly. We are getting these responses because our prompt is to learn plus practice. But when we are making the prompt, when we are making prompt only for the research or only for the practice, we are going to get the pinpointed exact results for that. So here it will show exactly how to text these hypotheses for your problem. Means it is not a general theory. It is methods customized for the research objectives and literature review provided by us. So what I will do is that I will uh, what I can show you here in this way, because this is only one portion, maybe 1% of your total research. From this, brick by brick, you must build, and you have to ask the question. And when we are using the API, when we are going through our application, then the limit of the text what we are getting is that is very high. Means for example, here we will get prompt plus this response, we will get maximum something around 2000 words, 2500 words. But when we are going through that, we will get some 6000 words. That means for each and every prompt, whatever the length we get is about 3 times. When we are getting it, when ChatGPT plans the response for 3 times, it gives more information in that, and we will get the response with more details. Now let us go to the next one. Next one, that is constructing hypothesis. How can AI help the researcher to design the process of testing of a hypothesis? Since Madam has given this research objectives and literature review, I am tempted to use the same thing for here also. Let us see 3D5. Research objectives. One, to study the difference between these two. Second one, I copy here to study the difference between. Now let us see. This is the fourth stage of this of learning and practicing this construction of hypothesis. So, madam, from the top, I will scroll once again. So, you please tell how it is. Madam, what you are seeing is the tip of the iceberg. As I tell repeatedly, this is not the end. It is research, research, research. Therefore, we need to take this as a seed. We have to build upon that. We have to squeeze. We have to take the maximum juice out of this nimbu. So therefore, we have to squeeze. So this is only a beginning, a seed. From there, we have to take it and ask further with our prompting. Therefore, we will spread and we will get more and we will get more and better information. So here my limitation is with limited time. I do not have a continuity to put because I need to take various subjects, various topics from various participants. So we don't get a continuity. Therefore, I can only explain exactly what can be achieved through this. I think you got the meaning of this when we give the input of that research objectives, and I am very thankful to Rana madam because she was ready with the research objectives and a literature review. So when we gave those two inputs, immediately it gave some other thing, means it gave two this independent variables exactly for this dependent variables, sampling, quantitative data, everything it started giving. So you give more and more information, then you will get then we will get then we will get it better. So for example, I will show you here in the case of hypothesis itself, in Vijnana, how it will go. I go enter here. As I was telling you here, we are coming to step 3. So when we give the input, when we give this all inputs here, totally 15 inputs we need to give A1, and A1 means this is the page, this one, iteration window 1, iteration window 2. In this 2 iteration windows, it is specifically asking to give this information. So when it is coming to the hypothesis, constructing hypothesis, it is asking that first you give hypothesis repository, that is modify every time after iteration. So how we have to do? When we are doing this first time, we have to keep the first box empty. Then start from here, the research problem and objectives, then literature review summary, then preliminary concepts and variables, then desired outcomes of research. Because we have come up to here, we have got this information already be built for our research. So hypothesis will be done based on this. Existing or similar hypothesis example. Existing or similar hypothesis examples. Intended research methodology plan. You can tell what is your plan. And AI will tell whether that is suitable or not. I am coming to this. Then 8, we have to specify identified variable, because in the stage C, we have already identified our variables. Then feedback from experts and experts regarding hypothesis. You would have spoken with your guide, you would have spoken with your peers. So you get this information. Then statistical analysis techniques, which one you want to use. Then go to the second page of the iteration. You can give operational definition, potential relationship between variables, thematic areas for explanation. All these things you can fill or you need not fill. Means whichever you can fill, you fill. Then you go and click create a custom hypothesis repository. When you give this information, create a custom hypothesis repository, it is going to give you some 6 to 7 hypothesis suggestions. Then it is your intellectual, your ability. You can go through which are the hypotheses you want. Then go to the page 1, fill here on the top. Hypothesis repository. This is what hypothesis you want. In the sense, you give all information, you are telling AI to suggest to me a hypothesis with this information. Means it is exactly the way our brain is supposed to think. Brain thinks, we built into this through critical thinking algorithm and through power of AI. So then you will get it. With that particular thing, once you finalize, then you can get structured templates for hypothesis. Hypothesis variable mapping, hypothesis classification means what are the hypotheses, you can get classification, operational definition index, function of hypothesis overview, hypothesis testing flowchart. These are all the information, because we have, as Stephen Covey says, we have to start with the end in mind. Because when you go for the research, when you go for the research report, when you are defending your thesis, ultimately this is the way in which your examiners are going to test your depth and breadth of your research. So you will get gap analysis for hypothesis, hypothesis interrelation analysis. So critical evaluation of hypothesis, innovative hypothesis for formulation, means all these things you will get everything about your hypothesis. You are not going to take a risk at a later stage and come back and redo your hypothesis. So all these things are made with other people's failure after observing and extracting inferences from other people's failure. Why should somebody do a research for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, and 6th year, 7th year, why should a person cry? It is not necessary. With AI, in my opinion, the research time can be reduced. Research time can be reduced because so much of time we can save here. Even each guide can take more number of research scholars now because the number of people, number of scholars a guide can guide is also can go up if they use this type of an application, because many information what people wait for days or weeks together to get from a guide, they can get it immediately. Means the 360-degree type of information is actually coming from this. These are all I am explaining because some of the participants are sending message asking how things can be done. So when you see that when something is not according to your expectation, you can modify the input what you are giving to the this Vijnana iteration window. So in iteration window, what you give, based on that, this will do the processing, it will give the report. And as we discussed earlier, in this case, there is no limitation of the length of the response. So you will get totally about 5,500 to 6,000 words report you will get in this case. But in the case of ChatGPT, you will get less, and therefore ChatGPT will restrict the total content, or that means the information and the details actually given to actually delivered is restricted. So this is what in the case of constructing hypothesis. Then other point I wanted to tell you here, see, here there are 15 points were given, 15 inputs were asked by the system, by Vijnana. But if you feel your research is unique and you want to give more information for processing, so here four more input windows are given. Here what happens, you can give one subheading and you can give more information here with maximum 500 words. So when you are giving this additional information, this is also going to get considered when this Vijnana does the processing. So this is the structure in which now I will show you that earlier we have gone here, that is literature review. I am not showing this fully only because I do not have time to fill all this 15 plus 20, all these places and show you. But if someone is really interested some other time, please contact me. You have the number. We will see at that time in a dedicated way we can show this. Now in the case of literature review, see here it is A1, A2. It is going to ask tentative research problem statement, because at that time it is only tentative. Then preliminary this research question. What Vijnana is requesting the researcher, what are the things in your mind you put it. Now let us start from here. Even if you give only 2 and you go and start here, this Vijnana will ask for inputs and request and put more inputs into this, and we will expand the research process. So that is what this is all about. I feel you understood how really AI should be used for research. It is not in the way that what we get the information from YouTube. It is only, they only say that you do this ready-made you will get easily. It is not going to get easily. They are all writing this easy because they want to get a viewership, and I understand YouTube will pay them. Nobody is going to pay us by saying that it is to be done in this way. It is actually not that easy. We have to use critical thinking, and we have to use our traditional methods, and wherever we need this augmenting our thinking, only we have to use this. Otherwise, we should not lose our critical thinking ability. We should not lose any of the cognitive abilities. So here, all decisions are done by researcher and the guide. It is only doing the augmenting the brain. So that is the way we are actually blending the traditional things and the modern technology. So similar thing, now we have shown here this literature review. Here we have, when we give this all information here, when we click this, we are getting a synthesized summary of literature. We get the synthesized summary of literature here. So when we go here, it will show if it is, if this, some of the information which is behind a paywall or firewall, it can give that this information you need to find out. Similarly, it does keyword analysis based on the input what we have given here and the additional information what we have given in this four input boxes. Then it does the research problem clarification. As we are telling, one of the intellectual standard is to make it clear. So sometimes the research problem might be vague. So it will give that clarification how it is. So it will ask us question and tell us, you clarify this. Then it is methodological mapping. If you are going for this type of a research, what are all the type of methodologies you might be able to do? Even based on that, we can rethink, we can change it. And the theoretical and conceptual framework overview. Then applied contextual understanding. Then reference trend analysis, historical progression mapping, the place in which, or the topic in which we are planning to do the research, historically how it got progress or how it got evolved. Then what are all the cross-disciplinary or interdisciplinary things we can get the insight. Then in the literature review, the most important thing is gap identification. So it is going to, with the information we provide and with the what are the information, all the literature available in their training data, it is going to do the gap. It is going to do the gap identification. Means it is built. These are the ways in which AI can be used for research. So then see here, you might have seen this. 4 is methodological mapping. 14 is 11 is evaluation of methodologies. The reason is this 1 to 9. It is according to Bloom's taxonomies, K3 and K4 level. Anyway, we are not speaking K1 and K2. Remember, and comprehension is not a subject here, not an area here. We are going to speak about apply and analysis level. So therefore here methodological mapping, but when it is coming to 11, we are doing the evaluation of methodologies. Then here you will see theoretical framework analysis, then recommendation engine, metacognitive reflection question. This is a very powerful thing of a research, because these are all the questions in most of the time the guides will ask and the scholars shiver. These are the metacognitive reflection question. If you are giving this all information in the iteration box and you click here, metacognitive reflection question, you will get, means the scholar will get all the questions an internationally reputed research guide might ask to you. You will get all these questions here in the metacognitive reflection question. Then we get to this one. What are all the innovative study design concepts from the literature review. Means in literature review, what are we seeing? When we are studying papers, other people's research, we are actually seeing other people's research design, other people's research study design. So when we click here, we are going to get from this, it will categorize, it will show various study or the research design of other people. Then evolving literature synthesis. Even the literature review, literature over the years, how it got changed, means based on the time. Then visualization toolkit means there are some research purpose I have seen, even thesis I have seen, where the type of the visualization graphs and all used, it is so confusing, and it is making the research, it will make it in such a way that research is not good. But research might have been very good when a person explained. So how to do that visualization? In AI, this how to make this visualization possible, that is a very important part. So there is a visualization toolkit. It will give this information you can present in this way. Then other point you will see that in the literature review, what you have to do is assumption auditing. It is okay. It is a little this assumption. One of my teachers, he told me that assumption means making us out of you and me. Assumption. So if you are in a research, the most fundamental thing we need to do is that assumption testing, assumption auditing. It is one of the major part in this. Now you can see heuristic development, synthesis of contrasting views. See, your research, your hypothesis, at each stage, someone is going to question you. Someone is going to question you. Why don't you get the contrasting views? Why don't you get the contrasting views? And why don't you find the reasons for that? So you are ready. You own the research, and you will go to a crowd. You will go to your peers or guides with a lot of confidence. So these are all the ways in which an AI need to work. Now you understood that what I was showing those slides, it is for education. It is to make a new research student to get to know about research methodology, its application in AI, and through AI teaching with some practicality. But here it is not for education, it is for doing the real research. So when we are applying this, what we will get? I hope everyone got the understanding of this, especially formulating a research problem. Here also the process is same, iteration. For example, this first column, we should not fill in the first attempt. Fill the rest of the thing, and then click this refined research problem statement. So with the second onwards, when we fill, and then we click this refined research problem statement, it is going to give so much of research problem statement suggestions to us. Then select which one we want, select it and put it in number 1 column. So from here onwards, it will do the evaluation of our research problem. So in this way, each point we are making the approach step by step. Okay, that we have shown you here that A, it is literature review. B, it is formulating a research problem. C is identifying variable. here also the style is same. When you come to identification of variable, you have to you can give tentative list of variables here because you will have something in your mind, and then you give these details like a list of concepts, clear research problem statement, because that we have already done. Then expected desired outcome, tentative list of variables, preliminary hypothesis, that is for the quantitative, for the qualitative, previous qualitative studies, non-quantitative the data sets. You can upload the data set here. Then your narrative structures, case study, qualitative analysis. Then any additional information unique to your research you want to input, which is not there in this list. Only thing you have to do is that give a small heading, means a brief heading, then you give complete input, so that so that AI platform will understand that what you are putting it here. So this is what the identification of variable, and you will complete this thing with that. It will suggest you variables. So see here the first thing, a variable dictionary for the current research. As Rana Madam received now, it has given some variables. In the same way, based on your all the information, it is going to suggest you variable dictionary. But it is not giving one variable. It is going to give variable dictionary. It is your ingenuity and to use which are the variables you want to use in this particular structure, and then you have to continue with this. Variable causal mapping, measurement instruments, tools guide, operationalization technique. You know that anyone who has got trouble with the variable, it is because of the operationalization. Variable classification overview, concept variable transformation. I think one of our participants sent me a WhatsApp message on this. This is concept variable transformation. Measurement scale recommendation. It gives the scale recommendation. Variable sources, because based on the inputs given, it gives these things. So I want to repeat that one. What I am showing in the slide, it is the research methodology education plus AI plus some of the sample test. But when it is coming here, it is doing the real work. It is real work in the sense we are getting results from this. As I have given you one long prompt day before yesterday. It was giving us the suggestions, which one you want. In this case, similar thing is coming with more depth, with more information, with more supporting document. So ideally, what we suggest here is that from the beginning, all this information from each button what you get, these are all you save in a folder with the separate text files or word files. And this integration of the word file is your research. That is the reason from step 00, step 1, step 2, step 3. Now we are coming to step 4. When we go to step 4, in the same way, see, we have come to research design and study design. As I was telling, based on the field, based on the institution, based on the domain, these terminologies and the structure may vary, but the concept of research methodology is same. Now, we have taken one of the things by considering the future, that is quantitative, qualitative, and interdisciplinary, or the mixed, the interdisciplinary. We want to focus a lot on interdisciplinary. So these things are made with that, but once you get the concept, once you understand these prompts, and once you understand the soul of Vijnana, you will also understand that certain places, instead of this, if I put this, I can get this result. Because ultimately, as I was telling you yesterday, in human evolution, at every stage, whoever stretched the technology available at that time, those were the innovators. The people using the technology, they are not the innovators. See, this is what same thing happened in the IT industry here in India. Over the last 45 years, IT is here. IT is here. People who started with the IT, they are all with gray hairs like me now. But we have never stretched our technology. We only used other people's technology. So therefore, no language of ours, no big application of ours, no platform of ours. Even now, China has got their own internet browser. Now I saw that one today. I read a news that Samsung has got an internet browser that is given in their Galaxy phones. Now they are introducing that on Windows. So like Mozilla, like Internet Explorer, it's not there. Like Chrome, we can use Samsung's browser now. They are saying like that it is more advanced and better than many other browsers, but we do not have one. Therefore, we need to stretch the technology available to us at every stage of our life. Then we become innovators. This Vijnana is made with that particular mind. So conceptualizing a research design here, we can have research design chosen. So the first one don't use in the first attempt. They start only from second. When you start inputting things from the second and you give to page number 2 and you give whatever information, then the information which is unique to your current research you give here, and then you go for the first one, research design suggestion. When you click this research design suggestion, you are going to get suggestions after studying your research and your input. Then whichever you like, you put it as the first information here, chosen research design. That is what you have chosen. So with that, you can do the various analysis of the research design here. You will get so much of diamonds and gold from this, and you can put those things, keep in a folder, and this continuous sequence with that folder, it is going to be your research. Now coming to this, it is a study design. In study design, in the research iteration window, as usual, don't enter anything in the first one and start entering from the research objective chosen research design, etc. That means from 4A, which is the chosen research design, you copy and give as an input here, intended outcome, research problem statement, available resources. Because when you are doing a research design, study design and all, you have to tell Vijnana what are all the resources available to you. If you are telling these are the resources with me, Vijnana is not going to give you some of the study design and the research design where some lab equipment available only in United States or France. So it will give you what is possible by you, and it can even tell that if you use this, you cannot do this design, you cannot do this research. So that is what we have given here, this step 4. In step 5, it is selection. It is selecting a method for data collection. Selecting a method for data collection. Here also the process is same in various ways in Bloom's taxonomy of this K3, K4, and in K5, K6, and metacognitive plus new research ideas. Wherever there is a K6, K6 means what? We are in creation level. So when we are working in creation level, Vijnana will always give some more research ideas to you. All based on the inputs what you give and what is the trained data accessible for ChatGPT, it will give you new research ideas. So therefore, whoever is trying to use publication or research through Vijnana, they are always bombarded with what to do continuously for research. Because this is the way your institution will get higher rankings in NBA and your higher rankings in NARF. And each teacher will be known with publishing rare and high impact publications which is not available, or which they would not have done if this type of a tool was not available. So here it is in selection, selecting a method for data collection. Second, collecting data using attitudinal scales. Here it is same, means you are not giving the attitudinal scale first. Actually, this is more for the qualitative research, but now you will see like that even electronics people, even computer people, even mechanical people, management people, they are all now coming to more of a mixed mixed research. Means it is not going to be now most of the research. This is what we received the information from many of the foreign universities. Now the researchers are more from the interdisciplinary. Therefore, even the attitudinal scales are very important, even for engineers, also scientists also, because every science, every engineering has got an emotional scale, emotional side. So therefore, here it is first selecting a method for data collection. Second is collecting data using attitudinal scales. You will get the similar type of the rare inputs from here. Then here it is validity and reliability of research instruments. If our research instruments validity and reliability is not proved, what is the value of our research? So here you will see that validity, you are giving your inputs in your research iteration window. So we are giving details of the identified instrument. Some people call it a tool, but tool or instrument or whatever it is something which is going to get us data. And the chosen data collection method, research objectives, research hypothesis, pilot test data, expected data types, desired statistical analysis, previous validity and reliability test, measurement scales, sample size and sample method. Then you are getting this thematic areas of interest, data collection context. So ultimately what you give is that all this information you give, and you get validity and reliability report. This now you understand that a research scholar can get almost all questions, all type of critical thinking information without bothering the guides too much. It is only necessary to get strategic guidance from the guide and get motivation advices from guide, past experiences from guide, then wisdom from guide. But what are the other things what is required? Everything is available here. Only thing, give input in the iteration box, click the right button. And if you are you study that one, based on that you modify. This we have I am not telling joke. We have one very good information. One research was completed, a complicated research was completed in 1.5 days. I am not telling it is a perfect research, but a research was completed in 1.5 days. So, okay, now let us see here. Now, step 6, I am not going to take more time because you already got the idea on this. Now, step 6 is selecting sample. Step 7 is writing a research proposal. You know that writing a research proposal is very important because you have to do a lot of selling in that. So it gives all the information exactly required for writing a research proposal with data. Means it is not a vague research report, what some people say it will give in 1 minute. It is not. It is not going to give it in 1 minute, but because you are going to input all the relevant information. With that, it will make a research report and almost all questions while giving a research report, what are the things people ask, those things also will be given in this. Then selecting samples. That you have written. Then writing a research proposal, then collecting data, Then step 9 is processing data. Means, data processing, like a cleaning data, like selecting the right data, throwing what are the things unnecessary. Then is taking the right tools for this. So processing data, there is one section in the same way. Then displaying data. Displaying data is as important as the processing of the data. Processing of the data. Then step 10 is building a research report. In step 10, there are two things. One is building a research report. Second thing is defending your thesis. Means total the final dissertation. Defending your thesis. This Vijnana will give you all the questions what your examiners will ask on your subject. Vijnana will give you what are the things you have to do in each and every step. Even Vijnana will tell you if your Viva didn't go well, what are the ways in which you have to bring your project back. Then okay, with the least time, I will tell you another very, very important thing about Vijnana is Indian knowledge system. For NBA, for NIRF, for RUSA. Now, it is very important that you have to mention about Indian knowledge system. In this Indian knowledge system, how this will help is that past, it has got 3 steps, A, B, and C. That is Indian knowledge system. A, it shows about past. It will mine the wisdom from the past, entire Indian knowledge system, right? What are all the things they specified in the new education policy and beyond. Entire thing of Indian knowledge system, it will do past. For example, I will tell you, I will tell you, give in mechanics. Okay, one of my favorite subject is kinematics of machinery. You give kinematics of machinery as input and tell Vijnana to give all related information from Indian knowledge system about kinematics of machinery. That's a new mechanical engineering subject. Vijnana will take a long list of the thing from at least 8 to 10 book references, ancient text references where similar concept is explained, similar concept is given, and it will give the information, slogas from that, quotations from this, and what we can learn from this. It will give that full. It will meet all the requirements of our Indian knowledge system in our new education policy. Now, the other important thing is future. You tell about same kinematics of machinery you give there, and you tell that one how Indian knowledge system can be used with this kinematic machinery for future. It will select those type of things from the past, and Vijnana will make a list of the things and say that with the wisdom from our Indian knowledge system and kinematics of machinery, these things we can do for the future. That is another invention. Third thing is to do interdisciplinary thing with the Indian knowledge system. For example, you are doing an electronics project or like a mental health project. That is a modern subject, and you tell you want to do an interdisciplinary research from Indian knowledge system. When you give that type of information in input in research iteration window, the Vijnana will help you to create that blended research, that is modern subject with the ancient Indian. How to combine this, and it will give all the hypothesis variables and research problem, and it will give everything what is required for the research. So here this Indian knowledge system is a very innovative thing which is necessary for the time being for our educational policies. So these are the things in which the real application of AI in research for the research tools. So therefore, it is very important that we need to dig deeper with the use of AI. So we will get a high impact research, and this research is going to lift our country to the higher levels. I think now very less time left. So let me ask any questions so that from the questions we can see up to where we can go. Yes, here, say what Dr. Nishta Rana said, that it will only show direction. We have to select the most appropriate ones ourselves. Yeah, that is what the soul of research means. We are not telling ChatGPT to do a research, then it is fully plagiarism. We are not allowing the research scholars the brain to lose, or brain is invalid. We have to use our brain. Only thing, we are augmenting the brain. Any questions? Okay, I wanted to tell you this. We are showing this because this is the real implementation of entire AI technologies. It is not mentioned in any of my books. It is not mentioned in any of my books because this is the result. This is the result of a big team of professionals and academicians. They spend months together studying a lot. It is a result of some 42 leading researchers, academicians, and industrialists. Their input is taken to create this particular AI tool called Vijnana. Therefore, it is very new, and even now the final testing is going on. It will be ready in 1 week or so. Therefore, it is not mentioned anywhere. You are the people, you are seeing this for the first time. Means the participants of this particular FDP, you are the people seeing this for the first time. We have not shown this thing to anybody else outside the team and you. Dr. Nishtarana said, no, sir, I don't understand what is the meaning of this. Okay, that will be informed later, because it is not for individuals, it is for the institution. It is for the institution to procure and use, and it is made it in such a way that it's a no profit, no loss way, so that in each institution, every department can have their own Vijnana. Each department, so that each teacher will have access to this critical thinking engine. Even they can use this in various ways. Okay, understood. For my question of any question, you said it, no, sir. Okay, right. Okay, this is a question. Have you seen any other tool similar to Vijnana? No, it is not there. Even in foreign countries, it is not there. And here the special thing, we want to take it to foreign countries. But here, this is specifically made for India, our Bharat. That's the reason we even put Indian knowledge system here. And all these prompts, and it has got more than 600, 700 high-end prompts. Each one is made it in such a way that it is going to help the Indian researchers, because Indian researchers are coming with a lot of shortcomings. It has got a lot of shortcomings. Therefore, it is important that we cannot impose that this is what happening abroad. This is what Washington Accord. We cannot impose. We need tools for this. We need tools. I will tell you, for example, in Hinduism, we say, Loka Samasta Sugino Pavandu. Loka Samasta Sugino Pavandu is one of the best vision in the world. But if we have to implement it, we need tools. Similarly, those tools should be of useful for us. Therefore, this one is made it in such a way that the condition of our researchers, research scholars, what is their reading speed? They do not have much exposure. They do not even know the application of the things what we are doing. Okay, see, I am a senior person. I have seen thousands of people. That is the reason I am making these statements. This is the condition. They need help. They need help. It is not that they get firing. That is not the thing they deserve. They should not cry. They have to be proud. They have to be proud of the research what they are doing. So therefore, what we really require is the right tools for Indian researchers to use AI so that wherever they are, they will go to the higher orbit, wherever they are. That is what our objective. Wherever they are, they have to use. Wherever they are, they have to go up. That is the vision. That is the objective of this. So I hope you understood this. Okay, there is a Philomena, madam. As we are in the learning stage, I hope we can see, madam. I can always support. You have my phone number, but I have only one humble request. I have only one humble request to everyone asking for help, because I am here. I will definitely support. When you are asking for a support, I will ask you a question. What are the things you have done? Because I know many people come and ask the fundamental questions to me. So I want to know that. What are the things you did? Because you have to do at least half. I want to know that you have done your best. Then that is the motivation for me to do my best for you. I repeat, I want to get convinced that you did your best. Then that is the motivation for me to do my best for you. Therefore, that is a fundamental philosophy for this. Means you please come. I am here. You know my number. But please, we will work on this philosophy. See, there is a question from Lija Matthew, madam, that ordinary ChatGPT. See, thing is like that. Ultimately, what is our objective? We have to make meaningful research. Whatever time we spend, it should be of value to someone. The time we spend, it should be, because life is burning like a candle. So whatever we do, it should be of use to someone. It can be used to, my work can be used to me. My work can be used to my family. My work can be used to my students. My work can be useful to society, to the country, to the mankind. But for that purpose, we have to always use the best tool. So therefore, if you don't have access to ChatGPT 4, please request your college to have a combined one, at least for your department. Why I am stressing this is that I have tried both. In ChatGPT 4, you are getting 700 times more reasoning power. A teacher is always put in a higher production, in a higher pedestal when the teacher can do the reasoning. And a teacher's reasoning should be always at a higher level than the student's reasoning. So it is a reasoning versus reasoning. You are going to be judged with your spontaneous reasoning, and therefore it is always recommended to use ChatGPT 4 or any of the modern AI tools like Vijnana and all. What happens is that, see, now this is a fact. College managements, they spend any amount of money to make building. They spend money to buy marble. They buy marble, but they don't spend money on where it is necessary for improving the cognitive skill. Means I have gone to various colleges, but nobody knows exactly how to take students from the various levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Here I was really surprised. One of the participants was asking me, what is Bloom's taxonomy? I just kept quiet because that is not the thing expected here. So here Bloom's taxonomy is just used for setting question paper. That is not the thing. Bloom's taxonomy, each level is a level of attainment. It's a level of attainment and depth of knowledge. So when we are seeing from that particular level, what is important is the building of the cognitive level of our students. As I was speaking to one eminent academician this morning, I was telling him that college managements spend money only on body, not on soul. Only on body. That means we should have good marble, good painting, air conditioning. But what is actually there? Why students are coming there? Why parents are sending the students there? These are all the things for getting the cognitive growth. This is what my reason to say like that. You should not think like why we have to remain only with the 3.5 because it is free. 3.5 is useful for those people, they are sitting as a travel agent or they are doing some low level of the remembering type of the work. Means they don't need reasoning. If you need only remembering and comprehension level of Bloom's taxonomy, you need only 3.5. But you need from apply onwards, you have to go for ChatGPT 4. See, I am not getting 1 paisa from ChatGPT. I am only your well-wisher. I am a patriotic Indian, that's all. So 𝐂𝐴𝐺𝐻 madam, it is nothing against you, but I got an opportunity to speak this thing to everyone. So I took your question as an instrument, that's all. So Philomena madam's question, ChatGPT 4 or not 3.5, please bear with my ignorance. I am just a beginner in using ChatGPT, or maybe I missed some introductory part. No, you have not missed any introductory part. And what we always say that if you want to work from Bloom's apply and above, you need reasoning. You need reasoning because critical thinking is very important. And reasoning is the core of the critical thinking. You have seen what is a critical thinking engine, that hundreds of thinking goes in this way. So that way. Now Mary Serena madam, sir, how will compare ChatGPT and Bard? I have tried both and the result is quite different. See, more reasoning, more creativity, and more depth of information. ChatGPT is far better, way ahead of Bard. But bad people say like that, if you are looking for facts, because Google, you know that their DNA is searching. So if you are looking for facts, then bad is really good. ChatGPT is the best thing for creative people, content development. You want to get in the reasoning power, then ChatGPT is better. Okay, there's a question. Can a demonstration or presentation of Vijnana to the university? Yes, it can be done. It can be done after 1 week. So that please send a message to my phone number. We will do that. Any more question?
I think you picked up all the questions, sir. There's no questions in YouTube chat.
And Ramesh Naik sir. Okay, Sijin sir, tomorrow is not my session, right?
No, tomorrow will be the topic on identifying opportunities for availing research funds.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will be taking the last day session, that is the day after tomorrow.
Yes. There's you will have a session, but tomorrow
Yes.
it will be identifying opportunities for availing research funds.
Yes.
That will be taken by Dr. Sherimon PC. He'll be taking this topic.
Okay, thanks a lot. So, shall we call it a day?
Yes, sir. I think we shall end for today.
Yes.
And we will see you again day after. And please, everybody, join tomorrow as well. We have an interesting session on identifying opportunities for availing research funds. We will be having that topic as well. But please join in on time at 7 p.m. and we will see you there. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time, and we will continue tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Suresh Namboothiri. Thank you for this wonderful session.
Okay, thank you, Sijin. Thank you.